The Alliance for the Defense of the Family and Marriage, very long group name, is an Irish anti-gay group, and as part of their strategy to hold back gay rights in Ireland, they've handed out material at various events, including at churches and rugby events, and the pamphlets that they're handing out are comically stupid. So let me share some of it with you. They say, quote, same-sex couples die younger. For the record, it's already totally made up. Are more likely to abuse and injure children and are more prone to cancer. So these geniuses are literally arguing that being gay causes cancer. Actually, that can't be true, because as we learned on the show yesterday, cancer is actually a fungus. That, of course, for those of you who don't know, if you didn't listen to the live show yesterday, there's a Republican in America, where was it? I think it was from Idaho, but don't quote me on that, who proposed a bill to treat cancer by flushing out your system with baking soda. Why? Because she goes, no, you don't get it. Cancer's a fungus. Whoa! No medical degree, no expertise. She read something online. She's like, yeah, no, you put the baking soda directly into the tumor and it goes away because it's a fungus. She called it sodium carbonate. And what's it really called? Sodium bicarbonate. Bicarbonate. She said sodium carbonate is the cure for the fungus of cancer. Totally made it up. I love how conservatives talk about science with such certitude, and they're just 100% incorrect and embarrassingly wrong and so pathetically wrong that even somebody who's not a genius and doesn't know much about science, right, like myself, I can look at it and go, well, I may not be all that bright, but I know that shit ain't true. Really, being gay causes cancer. It increases your risk of cancer. Really? Really? Care to explain exactly how that works to me? I'm curious. Everything else, gay couples abuse and injure children more. Really? Where's your evidence for that? And by the way, they always make these arguments. These are the same arguments that used to be made against interracial couples, by the way. People would make shit up and then say, see, you can't have kids raised in that environment because in interracial marriages, kids are prone to abuse more. Again, it was made up back then, it's made up now, but they frame it as, even if that were true, which it's not, but even if that were true, what does that mean? Any government should ban parents from being parents if they're not responsible? Is that the argument? So let's say the rate of child abuse in straight couples is 0.03%, and in gay couples it's 0.04%. Ban it! Look at that. That doesn't make any sense, though. That makes no sense. So if I do a study and I find that Christians have more child abuse in their families than Muslims do, does that mean Christians shouldn't be allowed to get married? So you judge all Christians by the actions of what they may do or may not do, and based off of what other Christians may or may not have done. That's what we do? I love how with gays, that's just grandfathered in. People go, no, of course, obviously. If I see something with statistics that I think is slightly off, just ban all of them. But see, again, they're not bright people. Their arguments aren't only wrong, they're wrong multiple layers through. It's like they don't think this shit through. And by the way, if you look at a recent study from Australia, which was a meta-analysis of all the different studies on the success levels of kids that were raised in households with two parents of the same sex versus the traditional, so-called traditional family, what's the result? The kids from gay families are actually more successful. So by their own logic, right, I guess we have to ban straight families. What do you mean? Look, I'm just explaining to you that with gay parents, kids are more successful. So kids have a much lower chance of success from straight families, so we have to ban straight marriage. I'm using their argument against them. That's all I'm doing, because that's an argument they would make, and they make it about gays. So beyond silly people, but here's my favorite. They say voting for gay rights, quote, is like voting for Islamic State-style Sharia law. Come on, man. I can't. They make my job too easy and my life too hard. That's the way I would describe these people. Because to mock them is, anybody can fucking mock these people. They're the most mockable people on planet Earth. But they make life a living hell for good people. Like, we always talk about the issue of gay rights and other issues like they're abstract issues. This isn't abstract. These are real fucking people trying to live their lives and trying to love each other and trying to have the same rights under law as everybody else. The same, in America, the same Social Security rights, the same tax rights, the same inheritance rights, the same contractual rights. That's all they're asking for, is to be treated equal, and dunceheads who have nothing to do with them. So I disagree with that because I have my own opinion on what other people should live like. I don't give a shit what you think about how other people should live. It's none of your goddamn business. If you could tell them how they can live, then why can't they come in your life and say, hey man, put down the fucking yodels that you're eating. Are you eating Hostess again? Stop eating Hostess. What? I put down the chips. What the fuck are you doing? Hey, are you going out on a day when you have work tomorrow? You better fucking stop that, man. You're not allowed to work when you have to go to work tomorrow. You can't go out and have fun tonight. See, but they would scream bloody murder in that situation. They would say, oh, no, I get to make whatever decisions I want, and you're infringing on my liberty, you're infringing on my freedom. But when it's gay people, they don't think about that. They don't bring that up. They think that something that two other free people do consensually, that they get to interject their own opinion as a third party not involved into it and stop them from being happy. Fuck you. And the irony of it all, especially with the Islamic State comment, guess who's against gay rights? Not just fundamentalist Christians, fundamentalist Muslims as well. So on this exact issue, you are much more in agreement with ISIS than liberals are and gay people are. So your argument is exactly backwards. You have it 180 degrees wrong. But I don't expect you to correct yourselves because obviously you don't give a fuck about the facts. You just said that being gay increases cancer risk.